Today we are taking the number 15 bus from Nice to Saint Jean Cap Ferrat. If you're looking to find the bus, all you need to do is get to the cathedral tram stop, cross the gardens, and then it's at the side of the Saint John the Baptist Church. So you would turn right after you've crossed the gardens, and then you should find the bus stop. There's usually a bus sitting here, and the bus stop is called Lychee Messina. We have bought a one-day travel pass which covers the tram and the bus. It cost €7 and you can get it from tram stop ticket machines. Paul is so excited to be here that he has headed off towards the port already. But I wanted to say that the bus only took us about 35 minutes to get from Nice to here, and we actually caught up with the bus that had left 20 minutes earlier. So if we'd got that one, we wouldn't have got here any sooner. Well, Saint Jean Cap Ferrat is a peninsula to the east of Nice, and it is the home, the playground, you could say, of the rich and famous. There are a lot of expensive houses along here, and also down in the marina, which we'll go to shortly, lots of very expensive yachts. And around here you will see that there are estate agents, because and not just any old estate agent, no. Sotheby's, for example. And you saw one that you remember from New York as well.
Douglas Elliman.
So the big names are here to sell to the big names.
Oh, I know what this is.
Look at this, Paul. This all moves around. You say you know what it is. What is it?
Octopus? Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
I think you're right.
It's a Medusa.
But have you seen what it's made of? There are forks, spoons.
Oh.
That looks like a horseshoe, possibly, I don't know. Just old bits of metal, all put together. Absolutely incredible. You were almost right, Paul, when you said an octopus. It's actually a jellyfish. I've just done a translation of the name. It's called the Traveller's Jellyfish, and it was unveiled by Prince Albert of Monaco. We've got a map here showing the entire area of the port. So we are here at the moment, and in the distance you can see it is a horseshoe shape. So we're going to take a walk along this stretch first of all. Paul's already on his way.
3 really big anchors on this path.
If you need to power up your vessel, this is where you would do it. We were lazy and took the bus the whole way down to the port today, but the last time we were here 8 years ago, before YouTube, we walked down. Yeah, so we must have got off the bus a few stops earlier and walked the whole way down the peninsula. Now, you have to take care because on days when it's windy, it's very, very dangerous. You could be swept out to sea and people have lost their lives. But on a beautiful day like this, I think it was safe enough. But we just wanted to take the bus down. Hello, duckies. There's a tourist information office and a cash machine.
Make sure you put your dog on a lead whenever you are walking along this promenade.
Well, we really are having a spectacular day here. We're very lucky with the weather, considering that the first day that when we arrived in the area there was torrential rain. But look at it now, blue skies all the way. There are public toilets and they are free to use. Look, Paul, there is a yacht for sale here.
Oh wow.
I bet it costs a pretty penny.
2 million or more.
Well, we found a yachting rental shop. Let's have a look at the prices. If you want this one, it'll cost you €1,850 per day. This one here is 2,700, 3,500, €4,000 a day. There's little restaurants, boutique shops, a few souvenir places along the promenade. When I'm down by a marina, I always say it reminds me of Bangor in County Down, Northern Ireland. The day that we were there, the first time before YouTube, it was glorious weather like this, but of course the day that we came filming, it was overcast and then it started to rain and it was quite windy as well. But here, it's glorious. I was saying earlier that Saint Jean Cap Ferrat has attracted the rich and famous to this playground over the years. Some of the famous people who have had homes here include Charlie Chaplin, Gregory Peck, Elizabeth Taylor and Winston Churchill. It also inspired artists such as the French poet Jean Cocteau. This is the Ferris Gallery, and there's a really interesting sculpture outside it. It looks almost like a rocket, a spaceship of some sort, right,
like,
Paul?
It looks like something that goes to the moon or something.
We've ordered 2 beers. I'm getting a 33 CL of Monaco. I've got no idea what it's going to be like. I just like the sound of the name. Well, I think I ought to try on the hat. What do you think? Does it suit?
Maybe the other way?
This way? Oh, this way. I was never that good at wearing hats. Paul, I think you should try it. We mentioned Charlie Chaplin before. I think there's a little bit of Chaplin about you. And here it is. It looks like an iron brew in colour.
No, it looks kind of ambery.
Yeah. And we've got a nice little selection of very hard breads. And what was that dip with it? Is it a mayo?
It kind of looks like what they have in
Looks like a prawn cocktail.
cocktail.
And yours is the blonde?
Yes.
Alright, cheers everybody. Let's see if this is the iron brew. Smells nice. That's really interesting. It's almost like a shandy, but it's not.
Oh, cool.
I can't quite put my finger on it. Paul, why don't you have a go? It's quite sweet, isn't it?
There's like a fruity bit to it.
Shall I try yours?
It tastes kind of cherry-like.
Yours,
something.
yeah, yours is more like a traditional sort of
Yeah,
a blonde
I
beer.
think
Just
that's kind of like, maybe it's more like an IPA because it tastes kind of like there's like a fruit twist to it.
I tell you what, you could actually knock a few of these back. We're just having one though. I'm going to try this, but I've had to break it up because I can't really bite into stuff with my teeth. So let's put some of this on. I don't know what it is.
Verdict?
I still don't know what this is,
It tastes like mayo, right?
but it's nice. But yeah, very crunchy. I might let this one just melt in my mouth. I want to save my fillings.
Oh, I think I know. Sour cream or something?
Yeah, maybe. You don't normally see me without my glasses, but it's actually easier for me to read without them, especially when I'm reading off my phone. So I wanted to find out what the Monaco actually was. Was it just the name of a beer, or is it actually something more specific? And it's the latter. A Monaco is a beer cocktail that is popular in France, made of equal parts lager and carbonated lemonade, along with a dash of grenadine, and is best enjoyed cold. So it is very close to a shandy. Very refreshing. Well, that was just the refreshment that we needed. Now, I'd worked out that the bill should have come to €13.30. That actually came to $13.60, and I assumed that the extra 30 cents was for the bread pieces, but it turns out that we were charged for 2 of the more expensive drinks, the blonde one, which was all the alcohol. So it should really have been $13.30. It didn't really matter because I gave 14, and that's what I was going to give anyway. But maybe it's just a reminder to always check your receipt, because you could be overcharged when a lot more than that. And as it turned out, that we're not at any loss because we were going to round it up anyway. This is Saint John the Baptist Church, and there are some impressive views of the marina from here. Amen. We mentioned Charlie Chaplin before. There is a screening room and meeting place named after him here in Saint Jean Cap Ferrat. We've had an absolutely fabulous time here at Saint Jean Cap Ferrat. The skies are still blue. Yes, what a lovely day. Well, perhaps you will come to visit here sometime as well.
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Au revoir.